Hey everyone, and welcome. Think of this as your ultimate study guide for understanding how plants get their food. We're going to break down everything you need to know for your Class 7 science course, starting from the absolute basics and even getting into some of the really cool exceptions. Okay, let's kick things off with a super basic question. Why do we even need food? Why do you get hungry? It's simple, really. Every single living thing, from a tiny little germ to a giant tree, needs energy. Energy to grow, energy to move, energy to fix itself, energy for everything. Well, this whole process of getting food and using it for energy has a special name, and you're definitely going to want to remember this one for your exams. It's called nutrition. It's not just about the eating part, it's the whole shebang, taking food in and how the body actually uses it. So, what's inside this food? Nutrients. And you can think of them as these tiny, powerful building blocks. They're the fuel. They give our bodies the raw materials to build new parts, patch up any damage, and basically power everything that we do. All right, now here's where things get kind of cool. When you look at how anything gets its food, it really boils down to two major groups. You can think of it like there are two big teams in the game of life. This is a really important idea, so let's check it out. And honestly, the easiest way to think about it is this. You're either a chef or a diner. No in between. The chefs, or autotrophs, are amazing. They make their own food from scratch using really simple stuff. Think green plants. Then you have the diners, or heterotrophs. That's us, and all the other animals. We can't make our own food, so we have to eat food that's already been prepared. So, since plants are the ultimate chefs, they must have some kind of secret weapon, right? Well, they do. It's this incredible superpower called photosynthesis. It might sound like a big, complicated word, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple and elegant. And listen, when I say it's a superpower, I am not exaggerating. This one process, it literally powers almost all life on Earth. Without photosynthesis, life as we know it just wouldn't be a thing. The best way to get this is to think of it like a recipe, a super simple four-step recipe. First, the plant gathers its ingredients: carbon dioxide from the air, water from the soil. Step 2, it adds energy, which it gets from sunlight. Step 3, it uses a magic tool called chlorophyll, that's the green stuff in leaves, to trap that sunlight. And finally, step 4, you get the products: food for the plant and a little something extra for us: oxygen. Okay, but wait, how does a plant actually get that carbon dioxide from the air? It doesn't have a mouth, right? Well, it kinda does. Check this out. These are stomata. They're like tiny little pores all over the leaf. And see those guard cells around them? They act like doors, opening and closing to let the carbon dioxide in. So cool. All right, for anyone who loves the nitty-gritty details, we can actually write this whole thing out as a chemical equation. Now, don't freak out. It looks way more complicated than it is. On the left, you just have your ingredients: carbon dioxide and water. Then the arrow shows the cooking process, powered by sunlight. And on the right, you have what you made: glucose, that's the food, plus a little water, and of course, oxygen. Okay, so we've established that most plants are these amazing chefs. But, and this is where science gets super weird and fun, not all of them play by the rules. Some plants have found other, pretty wild ways to get their nutrition. And this table right here, this is basically your cheat sheet for the exam. It breaks down the four main types of these rule breakers. You've got parasites that are total food thieves. You've got insect eaters like the pitcher plant. Then there are saprophytes, like mushrooms, which eat dead stuff. And finally, you have symbiotic plants, where two different life forms team up to help each other out. Okay, you've been taking all this in, so what do you say we do a quick pop quiz? Let's see what stuck. Ready? First one up. Remember that weird, yellow, stringy plant that's basically a food thief? It wraps itself around another plant to steal its nutrients. What's that called? If you were thinking parasite, you nailed it. Yep, it's a parasite, living off a host and taking all its good stuff. Okay, question number 2. Let's go back to our photosynthesis recipe. What was that magic ingredient, that green stuff inside the leaves that soaks up all the sunlight? Chlorophyll! You got it. Without that, the whole process just wouldn't work. It's absolutely crucial. All right, last one. Where is all this action happening? What part of the plant is the main food factory? The leaves. Exactly. That's where the magic happens. They're perfectly built for the job. So when you zoom all the way out, what's the big idea here? It's this. No matter what you're looking at, a plant, A cow eating the plant, a lion eating the cow. If you follow the energy, it always leads back to one place: the sun. And that really leaves us with one last thing to think about. We've been talking all about what plants get, but what do they give? They release the oxygen that you and I are breathing right now. It just goes to show how connected we are. Our lives literally depend on the quiet, amazing work these plants are doing all around us every single day.